Hey y'all, hi. So we had the camera set up for this style of filming, overhead, really clean lighting so you can see every detail. We did this so that I could film a big makeup collection declutter, which might already be up on YouTube. So I'll link that if it is available already. And I was like, what else can I film while we have this set up? And Joe came up with this idea. He said, why don't you film some of your favorite handbags or your most used handbags in detail? So really close up, really good footage, and give a sense of how they are functional, how they're like functional in different ways. So to me, that means like what fits in them and how I tend to use them. So I've selected some bags. I don't know how many I'll get through. I have 8 that I feel like will be the most interesting to look at in this way. And this right here is everything that I customarily take with me in my bags on any given outing. Not all at the same time, usually, but it's almost always some combination of the things that are here. So you will get to see which kinds of outings suit which bags, what the bags look like when they get filled with the things that I tend to need to take. And you'll get to see all of the interiors of the bags and the pockets up close and all of that. This is partly just for fun because I think that it'll be delightful. I know a lot of you like to relax to this type of video, but I also hope that it'll be useful information, not necessarily for people considering purchasing my exact bags, but to get a sense of like what shape and size of bag you might need or you might find the most useful for your lifestyle. Sometimes shopping online can be hard with bags. You see the bag dimensions, but you can't really tell what that will mean practically. So I'm hoping that this video can be a guide to that process at large. Let's go ahead and get right into the meat of the video. Okay, so every time I leave the house, I make sure that I have my keys, my wallet, and my phone, and my sunglasses, and a lip balm and hair clip. So this sort of middle column right here, this middle column is the bare minimum. These are the sunglasses I've been wearing lately. They're from Friars. They're beautiful. And all of this fits even into my smallest bag. The next step up for me, I often take my Kindle, but sometimes that requires a little bit more space. And the next step up from there, I'll take paper books, right? But now we're starting to need a slightly bigger bag. Stretch goals for me, depending on the outing, I'll need my small laptop and I love to take my headphones with me. So if I myself am going out and I'm doing the most, I'm going to work at a cafe or something, this is what I need to carry in my bag. And sometimes another item, which is a sweatshirt or something, like a layer of warmth, and we'll see if this fits in any of the bags. I have a toddler. When I'm going out with him, I'm not typically taking my laptop, my Kindle, my books, or my headphones. Usually, on any given outing with him, it's just the diaper and wipes. When we're going to a restaurant with him, I often have this little kit, a few of his favorite books, some magnetiles. And so this is the group that it typically ends up being. This is the group of items that I typically put into a bag if we're going to a restaurant with the kid. So I'm going to put all of these things to the side, and for each bag, we'll kind of check to see how many of these situations it can cover. And we're going to go oldest to newest. So we're starting with the bag that I've owned for the longest time. This is the Polène Numéro Un, and I think I have had this for 7 years. I've probably had this bag for 7 years. I've talked about this before in my handbag review roundup, going through all of my handbags, which I will of course link. I just have a selection today, but I recently posted a video going through all of my handbags and talking about all of them in less detail than what I'm about to do. This bag looks amazing on camera no matter what. In person, it is showing its wear, right? I've carried it a lot. It's a little bit misshapen. You can see like this is the bottom, and over time, as it sat on its bottom, it's slouched forward. So this is sort of how it looks when it's sitting on the shelf. It's kind of slouched forward instead of standing up like that. But it's still got all of its original allure, as you can tell. Funnily enough, the issue for me with this bag in terms of wear frequency over time hasn't been that. It hasn't been that it's aged that way. The issue has been that there's a funny relationship between its capacity and its formality. So it seems, to me, it's a very sculptural, sort of semi-formal bag. Like, it makes a splash. It's really like pointedly artistic, but then it doesn't fit that much stuff, like enough stuff to be like a big everyday bag. And then at the same time, it's not small enough to be an evening bag. Like, it's a little bit awkwardly large to go to more formal occasions. This bag has always fit, I feel, less than it seems like it would. But that doesn't mean that it's not practical or not useful or that it doesn't fit all of my items, because it easily does, right? So those are all of my basic necessity items that I fit right into. That's like the bare minimum. I can easily add my Kindle. I can easily add my paper books, and it still has more pockets in here, right? So if I wanted to take more makeup with me, or if my phone was in a slimmer case, I could slide it easily into one of those pockets, put my keys and my lip balm in this zipper pocket. There's still room. In fact, yeah, it's a bit of a tight squeeze, but I was able to put my headphones in there. I feel like the bag is a little bit overstuffed with the headphones, but it's not something I wouldn't do, right? Carrying them with me. However, without the headphones, the capacity feels perfect. There's also this pocket in the back that is pretty flat, but good for like a single card or some folded cash or a lip balm. So in terms of capacity, this is just ideal for the everyday, I find. And again, really striking and artistic for the everyday. This makes a beautiful standout piece on an otherwise simple outfit. I said a moment ago that it fits less than one would think that it does. I think that it's more that the visual impact is so big, and the capacity, while not small, is just relatively modest, right? It's not a capacious bag. It's more like it kind of fits exactly how much you would think that it fits. And then it has some bulk that is about the shape. Like, it has some bulk that kind of comes from the shape, both physically and visually, and not from the amount of stuff you're carrying. So that's sort of what has struck me about this bag over the years. It holds its shape better when it has stuff in it, and this is like making me want to carry it more, I feel. A lot of my bags after this have become a little bit more streamlined in their shape in a way, I feel. But, it's an oldie for me, but it's still such a goodie. Let's see how it would go if we were going to dinner with the toddler. So no Kindle, no paper books. Maybe it's evening, so I don't need my sunglasses. We just have wallet, hair clip, phone, keys. I think I could fit the carrot seed, the diaper and wipes, and the Magnetiles. But I probably wouldn't be able to bring millions of cats and Julianne as a mermaid. Maybe I could grab some smaller books on the way out the door. And it would still work. It would still totally work. So that's the Polène bag. It's such a beaut, and it doesn't get that much play anymore, but this is really making me remember how special it is. I'll try to remember to give some more close-ups as I go through. Okay, let's talk about the Freja Chrystie bag. I have had this for a couple of years, and I think last year it was possibly my most carried bag. I mean, in 2024, not 2025. I think 2024, this might have been my most carried bag. It fits so much. I mean, we're about to see how much it fits for its visual and like physical size, like the weight of it. It's a lot lighter than the Polène bag, and it is a similar size, sort of, but it just takes up a lot less space. I mean, I think it is smaller. It is a bit smaller, and it just feels much, much smaller and lighter and less impactful. Of course, it has this really minimal fold design. Freja makes vegan leather bags. The Polène bag was real leather, and this is vegan leather. And the quality, in my experience, is very good. This color is called Pecan. The straps are really, really long. It has a super long strap drop, which is something I appreciate as a tall person with a long torso. I don't know if you can see in there, but it has 4 pockets, 2 on each side. But I think of this as just one big open space. My phone case is by Bailey Hikawa. It's pretty chunky, right? I'm kind of asking a lot of my bags. Let's do keys in a pocket, lip balm in a pocket, clip sunglasses just loose. So those are the basics, and they fit pretty easily. Even with my current wallet, which is that Cuyana wallet, clutch is quite big, but it fits really easily into here. And yeah, no problem. I mean, it looks and feels exactly the same as when there was nothing in it. Let's add the Kindle. No problem. It's just shocking. It's like bigger on the inside. You know, things kind of keep going in and keep going in, and it keeps holding its shape. Let's see. I don't think I can fit my headphones, but we could fit the paper books. Something about this like fold on the top. It's just so lovely, and it has these magnets. I find this bag just effortless to carry. It's so useful. It is not labored at all, putting things in it, carrying it, matching it to outfits, anything. And yet it's high impact. I get a lot of compliments on this bag when I'm carrying it. I haven't been carrying it as much lately, again, because I have had it for a long time and I carried it a lot in 2024, but I still appreciate it. I think the design is brilliant. So once again, let's say it's evening, we're going to dinner, and once again, I think we could fit a smaller kids' books, maybe Millions of Cats. No, we can't elegantly fit Millions of Cats, but we could take the carrot seed and easily the diaper and wipes. Maybe half of the Magnetiles. Yeah, we could take some of the Magnetiles. They don't fit as well, right? So now we're seeing that the Polène bag does have a bigger capacity than this. Like those things fit better into the Polène bag than into this bag. However, when I'm just I took this bag a lot just going out and about with my kid and only adding, like having my own sunglasses and all of my regular stuff and then just throwing a diaper and a packet of wipes in here and going. I did do that a lot when I was carrying this bag regularly. So maybe not to take him to dinner, but definitely just on other errands or other small adventures. Okay, let's talk about this Cuyana double loop bag. It's a small double loop bag in this amazing Croc leather. And it doesn't have very big capacity. It also has this style of opening at the top that in a more structured bag makes it really hard to get into. But in this bag, it's like the back pocket here is really thin and flat. But this back pocket, so here's what it is. It's got this front pocket that is capacious for its size. And then this back pocket that's just flat and thin. But I love a bag with a back pocket like this that's flat and thin, that's close to your body for my keys. Right? I love to just be able to slide my keys right into that back pocket and always know exactly where they are. And then everything else is in the front. Or sometimes I'll also put the lip balm in the back, flat pocket like this. It's pretty small. In my bag roundup review video, I talked about how I didn't carry this as much as I thought that I would. And I think that it's because the strap was quite long. So it was sort of always flopping around. So I shortened the strap as short as it would go. And I'm going to take it out and give it another try. Let's see about fitting everything in. This Cuyana clutch, by the way, is amazing. It is a great wallet. It does fit in this bag. Oh, there's a pocket on the inside too. Oh, there's something in there. That's the information about the bag. Double loop bag in Croco. So yeah, there's this pocket on the inside as well. That's nice. You can see how beautiful that material is. The wallet's in there. My chunky phone. My sunglasses. That's the basics. And that's kind of taxing it, kind of, right? I mean, it's perfectly fine. It's sort of the limit. I think because my wallet's so big, my sunglass case and my phone case are so big, I would totally, and the clip, you know what I mean, takes up space. I would totally carry these things all in this bag like that, but it's sort of its limit. However, you can easily add the Kindle, right? Because it doesn't take up that much space, so that's no problem. And, you can easily add the paper books as well. They fit. And that's no problem. I think that if I were carrying this bag, if I'd been carrying it on my own and I was then going to take my kid somewhere, yeah, I think I could fit a diaper. Maybe I'd try to grab a pack of wipes that had less wipes left in it, you know what I mean? But even that is totally fine. It still feels a little bit at capacity, but it's totally doable. However, if I were then taking my kid to dinner and I wanted to take the Magnetiles and a book or two for him, I would probably switch this out for a bigger bag. This to me is a bit more designed to be like a little personal bag around town. In fact, I feel like if I didn't take this clip and I took the sunglasses out of their case, everything would fit a lot better. That kind of feels more comfortable, and it's allowing it to retain like the lovely slouch of its shape more easily. So of the three that we've looked at so far, this is definitely the one with the smallest capacity. Although again, compared to bags, and I said this in my bag video, compared to bags like this that are structured instead of being soft like this, it's pretty versatile. Let's talk about this beaut. A little space for it. So this bag from Fabrique, the Rialto bag, kind of my most stunning bag in a way, because it has that quality of being like designer, of like, it has like that designer je ne sais quoi. The leather is also very fine. On this bag, it's a very, very fine calfskin, and it's palpable in person. I think that contributes a little bit to the sense of its quality. And then there's like a practicality to it. It's a little bit architectural. It's a little bit masculine in a way. It's a black bag. It's a top-handled bag, so it has like a classic quality. You know, it's giving like HALLIE bag vibes a little bit, just a little. It's serving some nods to really iconic bags, and so it has an air about it, you know. And I've talked about that before, right? In some videos that were sponsored by this brand, Fabrique, which this video is clearly not sponsored by any brand, but I also talked about it in the bag review video. And it's continued to be true. I really, really love this bag. And hopefully you can get more of a sense than you have before of the details, the quality of the leather, and the unusual clasp mechanism, which I've said this before on camera, but if you pull the flaps, you pull it doesn't open. You have to pull down. It's like it hooks on like this. You have to pull down and open. It's good for like being in crowds or being in a busy city or on public transportation or something, because if someone was just trying to like reach into your bag, they wouldn't be able to get into it. It's like really, really secure. It's cool. But then if you know the trick, it's super easy. If you open just the top flap, you have the main chamber of the bag, which is very spacious, right? Like I'll show you in a minute, but I can take my laptop. This bag works for anything, any of the adventures on which I might want to take it. And then the other flap just pops open. That's the other area of the bag, which is also very spacious, right? Even if it was only one of these two pockets, I would still be able to use it for anything, but it has two pockets, which is amazing. And then there's the back of the bag, which has like the flat pocket at the back that's open, that I love for keys, as I was talking about before, right? So when I'm carrying this bag, I'm always just sliding my keys, usually just my keys, straight into that back pocket so that I can reach them really easily. And then let's load it up with my basics. So we'll put a lip balm in the front pocket. This is the first pocket, right? Just opening one flap. Wallet, sunglasses. Wallet, sunglasses, phone, and clip and lip balm with keys in the back. It's not even half full, the bag, right? Everything fits so easily. So I can add my Kindle, my 2 paper books. And again, this is still just one of the 2 pockets of the bag. This pocket is still totally empty, although it's a little bit crunched now because of everything that's in the other pocket. If I needed to take my laptop, which I often take this bag when I'm taking my laptop, I usually put the laptop in the back pocket. In the first pocket, I mean. Actually, it fits really well into the front like that. Kind of makes more sense. Kind of makes more sense to have the laptop in the front like that. So here we have all of the things that were in the back again. The laptop in the front, and there's still room for me to slide my headphones in here if I want to. And the bag still closes, although it's at capacity now for sure. So the bag still closes, but I'm like struggling to close it. But it'll still close. And I have carried this much stuff in this bag before. And I have taken my laptop and all of those other things in it before. Some of you have asked me about this area of it right here, wondering if over time this part of the bag might rip, because you can see it's called the Rialto bag because it's based on the Rialto Bridge in Venice. So it's designed to kind of have these straps pull up and then cause like this dip shape and cause the flaps to sort of bow out like this. When you hold it, that's kind of what it does. And so it has this sort of architectural but bridge-like movement shape that depends on the straps tugging right here. And I can see why one would be concerned about that. However, I think that because the straps are connected, I think that because they're connected, they're not connected to this leather, right? They're connected to a panel that's on the inside like this. So I don't think that there is a way for this leather to rip, because it's not as though those straps are like sewn to it. Of course, I don't know, right? I've only had it for like a year. I guess I could conceivably see that happening over time with like a lot of wear, but I think that it's designed for the pressure of these straps to not be pulling on the calfskin directly, but to be pulling on the bag from like a reinforced part of the bag from underneath. I've never really worried about it. I've never seen it straining. And it also has other straps that like make it turn into a backpack. So you can connect like it can be convertible. I don't have them here, but if I were carrying this much stuff in it, I might actually put those backpack straps on. Because I have a couple of big bags that I really like, that I'll show you in a minute, that easily fit my laptop and headphones and sweatshirt and don't feel overstuffed or feel like in any way delicate in that situation. Because I now have a couple of bags that do that, I haven't been carrying this as much when I take my laptop as I was for several months this year. For several months this year, I was pretty much always taking this when I took my laptop. But I do still find this really useful and an appropriate choice for going places with my kid. So this is, I think, the first of the bags that we've looked at that can fit Julianne as a mermaid. And the diaper and wipes, although it would be easier if I didn't have my sunglasses in here. And then we might need to split the Magna-Tiles into 2 or 3 groups and slide them into the front, but I'm not above doing that, my friends. So it's not closing over the book. It's not closing over this big book. Maybe if I put it in the front, but maybe not. But the other 2 books fit easily. I would say I carry this bag the most when it's just me, my stuff, plus Kindle and paper books, and maybe headphones, when I'm not necessarily taking my laptop. These days, that's when I carry it the most. But it should be said, if I'm carrying it that way, it's quite easy to have it transition to a bag that I can take when I am with my kid, though not necessarily to dinner with all of his accoutrements. I mean, clearly it does work for that, just not as easily as a bigger bag might. My precious. My current favorite. I love this bag. I surprise myself by how much I love it. This is the Freja Hudson bag. So once again, the vegan leather. Once again, the magnetic closure, sort of envelope closure. And once again, unexpectedly massive capacity for such a sort of simple and small bag. Now, I have to say, since I started carrying this Cuyana wallet, I used to have a smaller daily wallet. I haven't carried this bag. Since I got that Cuyana wallet, it looks like it will be easier to fit everything if I take the sunglasses out of their case, which a lot of my sunglasses are not in a case, right? I'm just carrying them around. But look at that. It's so compact. I feel like this just fit essentially the same amount of stuff as the other Freja bag, which is bigger, the Polène bag, which is bigger, the Cuyana loop bag, which is kind of bigger. Like the Cuyana loop bag, it sort of takes up more space. It's bigger and a bit fussier. This is physically the smallest bag we've looked at so far. It's like the most compact little package, and it fit the same amount of stuff, like my sort of basic necessities, just as easily as any of them. Of course, I had to take the sunglasses out of their case, but impressive. And it just feels so good, right? I think it's partly the structure. It's semi-structured, and this material just feels, and the shape of it, the way that it is shaped, it really feels like it's designed to like hold stuff. It's just, I don't know. I've really fallen for this bag. I didn't expect to. Also quite easy to add the Kindle. It fits the Kindle. If I were taking this bag, frankly, I would probably leave the clip. I don't necessarily need that. It's just like an example. It just to help you show like how much these bags carry. And I do often take a clip like this when I'm going somewhere. This is from Machete. They make the best clips. It's like a work of art. But without the clip, even the paper books can go in with no problem, plus sunglasses. It's amazing. It's amazing. I really, really love this. And I have been known on many occasions to take with me. So here we have just keys, wallet, phone, and lip balm. That's all that's in there right now. All right, diaper and wipes aren't fitting as well today as they have in the past in here, and it's for two reasons. One, that the wallet is so big, right? This wallet, it's big. It's bigger than most people's wallets. But the other is that this packet of wipes is like almost completely full. And I usually have one that only has like 10 wipes left that I take with me when I go places. If I had one of those right now, if I had it up here, I would have been able to fit it into this bag easily. Anecdotally, I will tell you that I very frequently have taken this bag when I'm going out with my kid. Like, even though it's small, I can easily put a diaper and wipes in with my basics, like my phone, my wallet, my keys. And it has happened many times. So a real winner and a real beauty, as I've said before. Speaking of beauty, let's talk about this magnificent creature. This bag is new since I filmed the bag video, right? Since I filmed the bag roundup. So I really wanted to feature it in this video and give you close-ups and talk about it more because I talked about it in my gift guide this year, but I haven't really gotten to give you the entire down low. This is the Cuyana Oversized Linea tote in Plum. I'm gonna try to give you a sense of how the whole bag looks. It's bigger than it looks right now. I feel like it's really big, okay? It's really big and it's really structured. And those two things make it an amazing bag for carrying work stuff like computer, books, etc. And the sturdiness of it also makes it very visually appealing. Like the texture of the leather is really lovely, and I think you can tell that. The interior also is stunning. It's got this laptop compartment sewn into it. It's not removable like some of Cuyana's laptop compartments are. It's sewn right into the middle. It's this pocket, and there's room on either side of the pocket, you can see, and it's just like cavernous down there. The pocket is like sewn into the side, but it's loose underneath. My laptop, which is the 13-inch MacBook, fits in here, but I don't think a bigger one would. Maybe. I mean, there's room on either side, but it wouldn't fit as well, right? It wouldn't fit as elegantly. But you can probably judge from there or see what it says on the Cuyana website about whether it would fit in there. Let's put more stuff in. Keys. Actually, when I'm taking this, I often do kind of clip my keys to here. It's easy to find them, but for now, we'll just put them in the pocket. Keys. Sunglasses back in the case, lip balm in. So this zipper pocket, there's a zipper pocket on the front, attached to the front of the, or to one side of the laptop pocket. And then there's a non-zipper pocket, just an open on the other side that I'm putting the lip balm in. Oh, and there's this like key fob thing. Oh no, it's a snap. I don't know if you can see that. I just snapped this leather loop around my key ring, so my keys are now right at the top. In a bag this size is kind of important. It's good to be able to reach in and just know where your keys are and have them to hand. Phone, clip, Kindle and paper books, headphones, and the coup de grace. Easily it fits a sweatshirt as well. Easily. It fits all of those things. And there's nothing about the shape of the bag now that speaks of it being overstuffed. I mean, it's probably a bit heavier than it usually is, right? Because I put all of my items in here. But here's what I love about this. It's just as elegant. It's just as shapely, as effortless feeling with all of this stuff in it as it was just without it, right? It's designed to carry this much stuff. And it feels so sturdy. It doesn't feel like the leather is being deformed. It doesn't feel like the strap is being stressed at all. It's just stunning. Like to me, this is the ideal work bag. like perfect laptop bag. If I had to take a big water bottle, it would fit as well, you know, or if I was packing a lunch or had, you know, snacks or something in here, or a big power cord, like charging cable, which I don't have on me, but I often take with me when I'm taking my laptop to the coffee shop. It easily fits in here as well. Of course, it goes without saying that I could fit all of my kids' stuff in here, right? So I went to the coffee shop and then I got home and we're going to dinner. So I take out my laptop and my headphones and I take out my books and my Kindle, and maybe I take out my sweatshirt because I'm wearing the outfit I'm going to wear to dinner. It's nighttime now because we're going to dinner, so I don't need my sunglasses. It's absolutely nothing, the work of a moment, to put the kids' stuff in there and to take the bag to dinner. I don't always latch it like this, but I do enjoy that it has that it has this. And it, you know, it's less full now than it was when it had all of my other stuff in it. So that is possible. What I will say is that I don't usually use it like this. I feel like this is a really nice bag. It's like really, 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 really nice and professional looking and feeling, and it fits all of my work stuff, and I kind of like to keep it for myself and for when I'm doing things that require my computer and other stuff. So I, you know, even though I can use it to take out to dinner with my toddler, or, you know, somewhere with my toddler where I would want to have like a toy for him and like some books for him, even though I can do that, I usually switch to sort of a more utilitarian looking bag, even though this physically it might be the most utilitarian bag that I have. Like practically it might be the most. I usually switch to something that's a little bit less polished and upscale because I want this to retain its flawless beauty for as long as possible. But of course, even as it ages, it's going to age well. You know, like the leather will age really well and it'll still look good in several years. And if you just needed one bag, if you have similar requirements to what I have, you need a tote that works for work, but you also need to be able to take a bunch of other stuff, like this kind of stuff sometimes with you, this bag would work for that. This bag can really do it all and look good doing it. I'm a huge fan. Oh, we're making good time, and I'm glad because I am getting to show you all 8 bags. So this is the 7th. This bag is also from Fabrique. It's also designed by Valeria Masai, who designed the Rialto bag. The black, the calfskin that I was showing you, the black calfskin leather bag. This is another bag from her collection with Fabrique, but I've had it for a lot less time. This is much newer to me, this bag. It's one of my most recently acquired bags, and I just recently started carrying it a lot. So I carried it some when they first sent it to me so that I would be able to speak to its efficacy in the video for which they sent it. But just within the past, I would say like 2 to 3 weeks, I've started carrying it as my primary bag, and it's been amazing. And so I'm glad to be able to show it to you now with this added experience. It's not just about the capacity and the aesthetics, which is kind of what I talked about before. Well, it is. I mean, it is about the capacity and aesthetics, but I just have a lot more hands-on experience. So here, let me show you. It's just one big pocket in there, although it does have, there's like a pocket on the side that's magnetic. It's so soft. The inside of the suede is so soft. There's a pocket on the side of the bag in here is what I mean, which is great because you know what, I like to have something in there that I can slide my keys into. Although with this bag, it also has one on the back. Essentially, there's one like this on the inside, right? On the inside of the bag. I do often put my keys in this back pocket so that I know exactly where they are. They're a little chunky for it, but it's okay. Not too chunky. And then let me show you putting everything in. Because it has this beautiful trapezoidal shape, it carries a lot effortlessly and still is slouchy. And I really, really like that. So I often put the lip balm in the interior pocket, clip, sunglasses. Just look, there's so much space still. So those are my basic needs, right? And it just feels like the bag isn't even half full. My basic stuff is in there and they're sort of rattling around. I love that feeling. I love the feeling of sort of a slouchy bag that's not overstuffed, that's not carrying too much. And the suede material kind of contributes to that. It's really, really supple. It's really, really supple and soft, and it just sort of slouches around everything that's in it. It has gotten, I mean, you know, the thing about suede, it's easy to damage, and it has gotten a little, I don't even know what that is, a little mark from something on it. You know, I'm really into, with a bag like this, which is practical, it's gotta show signs of wear eventually. It's going to age, especially given that it's suede. And I'm into that being like a sign of quality on something, the fact that it's holding up to wear. I'm not totally sure like what would happen if I tried to clean that. I'm sure that I could figure something out, but I just noticed it today. It doesn't bother me. Amazing, right? That's how well it's fitting, like just my basic stuff. Adding in one fell swoop, the Kindle and both of the paper books, because it's just nothing. It's nothing to this bag. It's nothing. Like adding that in is nothing. It still has the exact same slouch, the exact same feeling of ease, right? This effortless feeling of effortlessness. It's like my items are wearing an oversized sweater. That's kind of how it feels when they're in this bag. It's just so easily accommodating them. And I love, love, love that feeling. So this is really interesting, right? I feel like from here, there are many places I can go. For example, I can put like a sweater in here, a sweatshirt just with my things, and then it'll feel a little bit fuller, but it's still really doable. If need be, right? It would still be really doable. I can easily fit my headphones in here, which is amazing. They tend to kind of push the limits of most bags. I can easily fit my headphones in here. I can also fit my laptop in here, y'all. It sort of peeks out the top a little bit, although when I lift it, well, with all this stuff in here, if I lift it, you can still see it. If there's less in here, when I lift it, the laptop sort of disappears. Even though the laptop's peeking out the top, it still feels like this is an okay amount of things for this bag. This isn't my first choice bag though for when I'm taking my laptop. So I haven't actually done this. I haven't actually taken it. It just goes to show you how much stuff it fits, because this is essentially how much, like, do you remember when all of this same stuff was in the Rialto bag, the black calfskin bag? It felt just as full as this. Both of them felt just like kind of at capacity at this point, but this bag looks and feels so much smaller, and it only has one pocket. So it's just really interesting that it gives the impression of a small bag, but it has the capacity of a large bag. It's bigger on the inside in a way that I think I didn't know the last time I talked about this bag. So needless to say, taking out my Kindle and my books, if I'm just like picking up my kid from school and going out with him, diaper and wipes, no problem. Even the Magnetiles, no problem. Let's see about Julianne as a mermaid. Oh yeah, it fits. Oh yeah, look at that. Is this the first bag? Oh no, of course, the Cuyana one easily fit all of the books as well. But I know I'm really making trouble. Goodness gracious. I know I keep saying this, but the marvel of this bag is that its visual impact is so contained. Right? It's visually so demure. It really doesn't look like a big deal, but it carries so much. So this is a good example of a case study in a certain shape, because this bag is beautiful. I mean, if this is your dream bag and you decide you want to buy this one, if it works for your budget, I support you. I think you'll be very happy. I'm very happy with this bag. But more to the point, much more valuable information for you is that if you need a bag that carries a lot, that fits a lot of stuff, but you don't want that feeling of having just like a massive tote bag, sort of a tall, slender bag that's trapezoidal, so like a bit bigger at the bottom and smaller towards the top, is the way to go. This bag has really shown me the light in that way. It's also just effortless. You know, it's aesthetically effortless, and the suede contributes to that. This does come in another finish. I think it comes in black and it's not suede. And it might come in a brown that's not suede too. It comes in a couple of other finishes. Of course, I will link this. I'll link everything. Lastly, sort of a surprise dark horse front runner in my life lately is this Songmont bag. So I worked with Songmont at the end of last year and they sent me this bag as part of that video. It's beautiful. I mean, all the bags they make are beautiful. I liked it it appealed to me initially. How can I say this? The thing that appealed to me about it initially has proven to be the thing that makes me carry it so often, which is that it's kind of unprecious. It has a sort of rugged, unprecious, rugged quality. I wasn't really sure about the white stitching, I have to say, but I think that the white stitching is one of the things that lends it that slightly, it's like the touch of the handmade. It feels less pretentious and less labored and less uncomfortably perfect than a lot of bags. So if you compare this to the Cuyana Linea tote, which is like slick, rich, polished perfection, this is just, it's got this like crinkle finish on the leather, which is so beautiful. And it's got this white stitching. It's got slouch, but it's got character, you know what I mean? And presence. It's just, it works for everything. It's so effortless. It's huge, right? So just this and the Cuyana Linea tote are the ones that fit the most that I've been carrying lately. And what I find is that, you know how I was saying that the Linea tote, I tend not to take it when I'm going places with my kid or running errands other than just like me being me going to the coffee shop or going out by myself. What I do is I take this bag instead because it's just a little bit more like travel ready, down and dirty, utilitarian, but still so special and beautiful. And I think that rugged bags like this have become very fashion. Like we're seeing stuff like this on runways. We're seeing clothing that speaks of this kind of aesthetic. It's kind of like the bag version of the barn jacket, you know what I mean? And that is like how I've been wearing it and how I've been using it. So it's got this big back pocket. I'm just going to go ahead and put everything in because you can obviously tell that my small edit of belongings would fit. And if it's just me, say it's just me running to the grocery store, I'm probably not taking this bag. I'm probably taking one of my smaller bags. But if it's me going to the coffee shop or to do work otherwise, and I'm not taking the Linea tote because maybe I'm picking up my kid later, you know, the laptop fits easily into this little back pocket and the magnetic closure closes over it, which is just so nice. And then we still have all of this space. So wallet, phone, sunglasses, Kindle and books, lip balm, keys, of course, headphones. This is for when I'm going to the coffee shop, I like to do my headphones. And then look at all the space that's left over here. Oh, I forgot about the clip. I could easily just put the sweater into this space and it was still zipped. Are you kidding me? Like, are you even kidding me with that? And it's still sort of slouchy and crumpled. It's still sort of wearing an oversized sweater. And that is all of my stuff for work. So just like the Linea tote, it's just designed to fit that much stuff and to do so with panache. You know what I mean? I absolutely love it. And I like that it has this zip on the top. I could, in theory, be planning after the coffee shop to go pick up my kid and go to dinner with him. Like, let's say that that's what I'm doing, right? I actually could put all the books in here and the magnetiles easily. Unzip. And if I really needed to, I think I could probably put a sweater on top. Stressing it out a little. That has stressed out the bag a little. We're starting to get like some hard edges of stuff pushing against the leather from the inside, and I don't like that. Maybe if I reorganized it, I could fit if I was like going on an airplane, like that's what we're seeing here, right? This is like the perfect airplane tote. It definitely fits the most of everything that we've looked at today, and it does it so elegantly because of it's like a combination of the design with the laptop pocket, the give of the shape and the way the shape sort of opens at the bottom. It's the balance between softness and structure and the zipper. You know, the zipper's really, it's put together in such a way that it can easily accommodate stuff, but still sort of hold itself together and still not look like it's trying too hard. So I've really, really come to appreciate this bag. I reach for it a lot because it's so useful in all of those ways. Literally everything is in here that was on the table at the beginning, and I haven't been able to do that with any of the other bags, but I don't usually do that, right? I don't usually carry all of these things at once. But if I was going on an airplane with my kid somewhere, I might, you know what I mean? I might need a bag like this. And I will probably use this the next time we do that. So what I was saying is I have come to just appreciate how easy this is because it accommodates so much stuff. But the other thing that I really like about it is that its ruggedness like diffuses the preciousness of outfits. So if I'm wearing like a pretty fancy coat because it's the one that I just happened to grab and put on, or if I'm wearing heels, or I got these like sort of obnoxious silver pointy toe boots on Black Friday that I didn't know I wanted, but now I love wearing them. And if I put them on, but I'm just like going to school pickup at the preschool, then I feel a lot better carrying this bag than I do if I have like one of my more polished bags, like the Linea tote, because it kind of helps to balance out more ostentatious elements in my outfit. And it does that while still being incredibly practical and comfortable to carry. So that's it. That's it. Those are my bags. How shall we end the video? I'm going to end the video by getting the bag that I want to carry next. So I've been carrying the suede trapezoidal bag the most. That's been my fallback bag for a couple of weeks. I kind of want to switch to the Cuyana loop because I talked in my bag video about wanting to give this a try with the shorter strap length, and I never did that. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to put my basic stuff in here. But not the sunglasses. I will probably take a pair of sunglasses that don't have a case and put them in there. So we're just keys, wallet, phone, lip balm, and I'm ready to go. This is what I'm going to carry for the next several days and get to know it a little bit better. Thank you all for being here. I feel like kind of a mess now. We're ending this video with things strewn around, but it was a lot. Can I say this? It was more fun than I expected it to be. I feel like this challenge of like putting the stuff that I carry on a daily basis in and out of bags close up was a really, really good way of reviewing bags. Like I am actually shocked by how fluidly I was able to express what does and doesn't work about each of these bags by showing you the bags in use. I mean, it shouldn't have surprised me because obviously it makes total sense that that would be the case. If you liked this and you want to see me do this with more bags, I mean, I picked a combination of my most frequently carried bags and the ones that I thought would be the most interesting to see examined in this light. But I have, 20 more bags. So if you want to see me do this again with another 8 or 10 bags, let me know and I will gladly do it because it was delightful. Thank you so much for being here. And don't forget to take good care of yourself because you deserve it.